Roll back onto your thumbs. Left hand underneath, right hand on top. And gong. Very good. So you've heard of the term calming your nerves. I'm not sure you can actually calm your nerves, but it's the principle of that is to make the system relaxed. See, the more relaxed you are, the less tension there is in your body, the less the nerves are sending impulses to your brain to tell you there's something wrong. And we have also cortisol, which is also running around your body from stress, and that sends signals through the endocrine system to your brain that something's not quite right, and then now it's producing hormones. And now we have a secondary one, which isn't actually secondary because they work simultaneously, where you have the nervous system, now it's sending messages to your brain, and your brain's going, oh, there's something wrong, I'm stressed, I'm worried, I can feel too hot, I'm too cold. And so this information is constant information. So to have a relaxed body, the body's in harmony, the body's feeling healthy, the body's got plenty of energy, the body's in sync with itself, then once it does that, then of course everything's going to relax. And if it relaxes, then all the nervous system relaxes as well. So when we talk about calming the nerves, it's about calming the stress or the anxiety inside the body, or the hypervigilant part of what's going on inside our mind, or what's happening in the situation, to create this ease inside the body. And that's why Qigong is such a good vehicle for calming the nerves as such, or to bring relaxation into the nervous system. And so we're going to do some exercises that are really, really good for that today. And we'll start with the heart. We'll start with the heart exercise. And we're going to do the exercise from the 5 Element Qi Gong, the heart exercise for the 5 elements. And part of that is releasing any stress out of the heart. And we're going to do it, and I'll talk you through the exercise. If you haven't already done it, this is the fire element for the 5 elements, which is to do with the heart and the small intestine. So I'm going to mirror you, so we're going to go to the right side first. Yep. And you're going to pull your hands up to the right, so you're going to go the same way. Go to the right. And one hand comes up and the other hand's like that. Now I'm going to turn around just so you can see what the hand position is. I'm looking under this arm and the other hand's forward. So one hand's this way across and the other one's face like that. And I'm facing that way. They're not too far out from the body. They've come up, they're not too close to the body either. They're just nice relaxed position. You push the bottom hand out. Then you turn back to the front. You bring the other hand up to the top of your shoulder, and then it comes down. I'm going to explain a bit more detail what's happening inside this exercise. Just get the physical part of this right. Now I turn to the left. Both hands come up. Push the hand down. Bring the hand back round to the top of the shoulder, and it comes down the shoulder. Good. So the first thing is we're rotating from the hips. We're staying double weighted. The weight stays the same. We're coming up, and there's no weight shift. The hands come up, both hands. Then the hand pushes out. As the hand pushes out, the hips turn to push the hand out. It doesn't just push out by itself with no movement. The hips turn and then it pushes it out. Yep. Then the hip turns, and as the hip turns, it brings the hands all the way around. So the hips are driving this, comes around to the front, and then the gravity brings your arms down. And you ride the gravity on the way down. Yep. Comes up to the side. Turning from your hips. Turn from your hips again to push your hand forward. Back to the front. Rotate your hips to the front. And then bring your arms down. Very good. So we'll do that again. The hand comes up. Rotate the hips. Rotate the hips when the hand goes forward. Now when the hand goes forward, don't straighten your arm, have a slight bend in your arm so there's a relaxation inside the joints. So there's no stress in the joints. Come back to the front. And what's happening with this offhand is you're tracking the heart meridian, the small intestine meridian, which travel down the outside of the arm. The small intestine's on the outside, the upper part, and the underneath comes down. It's the heart. Heart starts underneath your armpit, comes down the side of your hand right to your little finger. Yep. And we're bringing the energy down. We're smoothing the qi flow out through the heart meridian. Good. Up the other side. Now breathing in as we come up. Breathe out as we go forward. Breathe in as we come back to the center. Then breathe out as we come down. This is such a good exercise to calm your heart. It's a really good exercise to help you sleep as well. Because in Chinese medicine, your mind, your Shen, sleeps in your heart at night time. It's like your hard drive. And your desktop's your head, where all the information is trafficked around, but your actual hard drive's your heart. And so what this does is help to bring your consciousness inside your mind back inside your heart to rest during the night time. It's a fascinating concept. And then in the morning, you turn your computer on, the desktop lights up, all the things all come back together, and all your senses, in our case, our 5 senses come back into line, our sight, our hearing, everything clicks back in and turns itself back on again. And then we're back into consciousness in this world again, having this experience. Very cool. But for this one, because we're working with the heart, we're nurturing the flow of blood through the body. And as the blood flows through the body, and the blood's flowing through the body, it's nurturing all the movement of Qi. And it's nurturing the nervous system. And because you're slowing your heart rate down, your heart's slowing down, then because your heart's slowing down, then the nervous system is going to be slowing down as well. Very cool. It's a very lovely exercise. Bring your hands down. So the next one we're going to do is the spleen. Now the spleen's involvement, we'll talk a little bit about, I'll show you the exercise first, and we'll talk about the involvement of the spleen in the nervous system as we go. So we're going to do rowing the boat in the middle of the lake, which is an exercise predominantly just for the spleen. Yep, so we're going to row, bend yourself down. So you lower yourself down nice and straight without sticking your bottom out. I'll just turn around so you can see that. So when you bend down, you don't stick your bum out like that. You just go straight down, keep the back straight as we go down. And as we go down, then we're going to turn the palms to the front. And then as we stand up, we're going to bring our arms back. It's like a big circle. And we can feel the stretch in the shoulders backwards. Comes to the top, and then it comes down. Comes down. Turn the hands up. Good. You breathe in as you come up. And you breathe out as you come down. Breathe in. So one of the functions of the spleen is it's in charge of the 4 limbs. The spleen's energy is in charge of the arms and the legs. And of course, there's a huge network of nerves that travel through the arms and the legs. The spleen's also in charge of taking the energy off the food. As you eat food, the spleen takes the energy off the food. The stomach takes the actual physical product of the food, but the spleen takes the energy of the food. And so you need that energy, and the energy goes, of course, as one of its jobs, it goes to the nervous system to fund the power, because the nerves are like little impulses, like electrical signals, and you need energy to do that, and part of that comes from the spleen. Yeah. So breathing out on the way down. The spleen's also in charge of your cognitive thinking and your problem solving inside your mind, so the energy that all the nerve impulses, the nerve signals that are going to your mind to make some sense out of our life, to make sense of what's going on around us, is all the energy funded inside your mind or inside your computer, your your desktop, is funded by the spleen itself as well. There you go. And bring your hands down. Good. We'll do one more. Breathing in. And breathing out. Perfect. Next one I'm going to do is we'll do the kidneys. Now the kidneys they have lots of functions inside the body. The kidneys balance the yin and the yang inside the body. They're in charge with the heat in the body, the regulation of the hot and the cold inside the body, the regulation of the bones inside your body as well. But it's also like the battery. The kidneys are seen as the battery in your body. The energy from the kidneys goes to every other organ. It's like the central battery inside your car. The same thing again. Energy goes from the kidneys to your heart, goes from kidney to spleen, kidney to lungs, kidney to liver. And so it's where the energy, main source of energy they get from themselves. And the spleen, of course, gets its own energy from the food and gives it to the kidneys, but then the kidneys give the energy back to help the spleen function. So it goes both ways, yeah? So what we're going to do is we'll do a kidney exercise. I'll do a nice simple one. I'm going to incorporate the kidneys and the lungs. Kidneys and the lungs. I'll incorporate those two. Yes, I will. I'll do that particular exercise. It's a really simple exercise. So we're using it for a particular reason, which is to do with calming the nerves, because this is actually exercise that's designed to calm the nerves. It's one of its applications, one of its functions. Very simple exercise, rowing the boat in the middle of the lake. It's from the Taiji Qi Gong system. And all is the hands come up to the front, they're shoulder height, and then they come back down again. That's it, perfect. It's really simple, but there's a lot going on inside this exercise. So when you bring your arms, a few things, don't have your arms straight, don't lock your arms. The arms are slightly bent. They come to shoulder height, no higher, and they come down. Yeah. As you bring your arms up, you feel your body inflating as you breathe in, because you breathe in as it comes up. You feel the body inflating, and it's almost, you'll see when I'm doing this, it looks like I'm moving up and down. It looks like I'm doing this. But I'm not actually moving. As I inflate with the energy, the body expands. Of course, it's like just a common understanding of that, so it inflates. And then when I breathe out, I compact the chi in the body, and the body feels like it compresses. It's like a sponge. I squash the sponge, I relax, and the sponge breathes in and it expands. And so I have this idea that I'm rising and falling, but I'm not bending my knees and straightening my knees. I'm not doing that. I'm just having the body's naturally doing this expansion, contraction thing by itself. Yeah. So breathe in as it comes up. Breathe out as it comes down. Good. Breathe in as it comes up. Now the kidney's involvement with the nervous system. Because it's the power, it's the battery that runs everything, that's running the liver, running the spleen. So the energy is coming from the kidneys. But the kidneys, because it's in charge of the balance of the energy, it's in charge of the yin and yang, the balance of yin and yang inside your body. Then it's in charge of the electrical signals inside the body as well. It's in charge of the positive and negative terminals. If you think of electrical impulse, like a nerve's like an electrical impulse, it sends a message, which is an electrical message from the receptors to the brain, and the brain interprets what that signal is, whatever that signal is, interprets that feeling. It's like you prick your finger to okay, I can feel pain, and it goes to your brain. We won't talk about which part of the brain it is, but know that it goes to the brain and triggers a response there telling you that there's pain there. And this is an electrical impulse, so that the kidneys themselves, the energy that comes from that electrical impulse comes from the kidneys. The energy from it, because the impulse is coming straight from electrical circuitry. Yeah. Our body is it's like we're like a huge wet cell battery. Everything runs with power, and everything runs with impulse. All the impulse, everything that runs, is like an electrical charge, an electrical signal. Just like when the components in your computer all run with little circuitry, and they have transducers and all these little things that run power to there, that do the function. Well, our body has the same function going on, because we replicated ourselves in a computer. We built a computer that replicates how we work. It's pretty clever. Eh? Our own mind created its own mind. Love that. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, not only can you see what's happening with this exercise, and part of the exercise is about calming the nerves, because it's a long, slow, quiet breath in and a long, slow, quiet breath out. One is going to regulate the yin-yang, one is going to regulate the breathing, and one is going to bring out all the tension in the body. The body's going to start to relax. And as soon as it relaxes, the nervous system relaxes. Really simple. Breathing in, breathing out. and breathing out. Good. We'll finish there. So the last one we're going to do is the liver. Now, in the last few weeks, I've done the same liver exercise, so I'm going to choose a different liver exercise because there is a couple of classics that you'd use to do this, but we'll do a different one. We'll do cloud hands today, which is a bit more tricky exercise, a bit more difficult to do exercise, but it's an exercise that funds to relax and to stimulate and to harmonize the liver itself. So I'll talk you through it slowly. So when we'll talk a little bit how the liver's involved with the nervous system in a second, we'll do this, get the exercise going, and while we're doing it, we'll chat about that for you. So we're going to go to your right side. I'm going to mirror you. So your hand comes up to the right. So this is your left hand comes up to the right. Yep. And then you're turning around and you turn the body around, coming from the hips. And as you come out, the hand goes out to the side, the palm goes down. So the palm faces down, and then the other hand comes up to your face, and you're looking at the palm of your hand. Then you watch your palm of your hand as your body turns, and the other hand just goes straight across the bottom, and your face watches the hand. And it goes out to the side, the palm goes down, and then the other one comes up. And now you're looking at the other palm. And as you turn the palm, the bottom hand goes across the bottom. Now this is a bit of a coordination exercise. It's really good for the crossover exercise as well, for the right and left hemispheres of your mind. But we'll just go nice and slow, so you're watching your hand. So the easiest way to get this, so you're not trying to think of both hands at the same time, is just think of the hand comes up and then you watch your hand with your head. Your head and your hand move together. Palm goes down, the other one comes up. Goes across. Head and hand move together. Palm down, hand comes up. Simple. Watch the hand. Hand comes up. Now, we're talking about the breathing. It has a funny breath pattern to this. You breathe out to the center, to about here, and then you breathe in at the end. There's a few different breath patterns, but this is the one we're going to do today for your nervous system. Breathe out to the center, and then breathe in as you come to the side. Breathe out to the center. Breathe out to here, to that point there, and then as you go to the side, then breathe out. Breathe out to the center, then breathe in. Breathe out to the center, and then breathe in. Good. Now the liver's in charge of the free flow of energy around your body. It's in charge of the circulation of energy, where the blood predominantly is to do with the circulation of the blood. The liver's predominantly to do with the circulation of qi. So the liver has lots of functions. One of the other functions the liver has, it reconstitutes hormones. So when the hormones get produced, which are messages in the body by the endocrine system, and they send the messages around through the hormones, then the liver takes the hormone, breaks it back down again, and then puts it back in the gland that it came from. This is the theory. So the liver's involved with that. So if the liver's not functioning well, then you end up with lots of hormones running around your body, and the body's in chaos because it has all these messages running around your body saying, I'm in trouble, the fight and flight kicks in. But the liver is what keeps that from happening. What it does is after the message is gone through the endocrine system, then that messenger is taken away and it's taken back home to where it comes from. The message is delivered back to its place of origin, whichever gland that is. That's the theory. But if the liver's not doing that, then you get all these messages running around your bloodstream the whole time and the body doesn't know what's going on. And then you get all the adrenal fatigue and everything that's going to come with that, because now the adrenaline's pumping the whole time and it's not actually stopping. Yep. So the liver has a lot to do with the endocrine system. The liver has a lot to do with the movement of qi inside the body. And the qi itself, as the qi moves, part of the nervous system, the impulse, is the qi. The nervous synapse that sends the message through the nervous system, it's an energetic impulse, and it's funded by qi. And so the liver is responsible for the energy of the qi moving through the whole nervous system. So you can see why there's 4 major things that are involved with the nervous system in the body. It's not just one that's involved. They all have a different part to play in keeping your nervous system functioning smoothly, calmly, and quietly. And then we get that calm the nerves idea. Yeah. And we're trying to get our nervous system relaxed. And the slower we go, the slower the breathing, the more the body relaxes. The more the relaxed, the less speed that the nerve doesn't have to be going crazy, firing all the time and sending messages rapidly. It's actually slowing right down the nervous system. So the nerves are sending messages right now about my arms moving, about my hips rotating. It's sending messages about the speed that I'm breathing. And also sending messages about the messages in my mind, what my mind's thinking or not thinking. And all of that's going on. But once you slow down, of course, all of that functionality slows down as well. That's why Qigong is such a good way to quieten your mind and to calm the nerves. There you go. We'll do one more each side. Cool. Bring the hand down. And then bring the hand down. There you go. Funny enough, all those 3 exercises, all those 4 exercises are good to help you sleep. Funny enough, because it slows you down, calms all the impulses through the nervous system. Hope you find that useful. If you have any questions about it, please ask. And for the people who are going to watch this afterwards and watching it now that you haven't watched it live, if you have any questions, please message. People quite often message me on the classes, and I always answer. I always come back and answer and give you the best answer that I can think of at the time, or that if I can't find out, I'll go and do some research to find out and to answer your question for you. Yep, because I don't always know everything, of course, but neither does anybody else. But it's always a great thing called the internet, where you can actually track down lots of really valuable research papers and lots of stuff you can read up to get really, really valued and cross-reference lots of information. It's such a useful one of those things in my time that has changed everything. I don't have to go and scroll through all my manuals, all my TCM manuals. I can just type in the question and it gives all these references of things, and then I can learn from that if I don't already know the answer to your question. But please ask. You're very, very welcome to ask any questions you'd like to know. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next week. Be relaxed, have calm nerves today. Roll back on your thumb. Gong. Very good. And step back. And bow to each other and to everybody else that comes and does this class afterwards. I hope you enjoy the class, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.